this is Candace. Welcome back to day 17 of my 100-day health challenge. I guess third day's the charm, or in this case, third day's the curse. I'm really not sure whether it's charm or curse at the moment. I'm still sick, have whatever stomach virus this is, and I'm still very much out of it. But I'm going to take it easy and rest and take care of myself and continue to show up. But I'm still basically just filming from bed. So I apologize that you still can't see me, but there's really nothing to see. It's literally me just sleeping and not being able to go and where I normally sit and everything. And so but anyways, I guess I just wanted to share a couple thoughts on, I'm feeling pretty miserable right now, which is interesting because my health has actually definitely improved over the last couple weeks. But I think the reality that we have to be faced with is that when we're forming healthy habits, and even just in the world we live in, you can be the healthiest person in the world, but you can still catch things and be sick. You can still have moments of stress, whether they be mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, social, that damages your immune system and you end up getting sick. And from there, everything we do is, when we're thinking about illness and sickness, is to be preventative. I think we have this mentality of like, oh, I'll worry about it when I'm sick. I'm healthy, I'm fine, it'll be okay. But I think what we forget is that the goal really is to be living the best balanced way possible, as close to the way we were created to be. And that involves making everyday health choices and, doing your best to be in the best condition you can be. But the reality is that no matter what, you're still going to face moments of not so great times, of being sick, of hardships, that kind of thing. And so I guess my just thought, as I've been, once again sick, I used to have some huge problems with my immune system. My immune system still is improving. It's got a long way to go. There's just been so much damage in my life and health. And so I think what we have to realize, though, is that doesn't have to be discouraging, but also for that we don't get too caught up in when we are healthy to forget that, there's still going to be moments. Like it shouldn't take us by surprise sometimes when we do get sick. It may be inconvenient and that kind of thing, but I think we need to realize on both ends of the scale, like it's not healthy to be sick all the time, but it's also, the reality is that you're not always going to be 100% well. And that's just the way life is, but it doesn't have to be a terribly negative thing, right? Like I've been thinking about it a lot of like, I think the reality is that we don't take care of ourselves enough to be preventing the things that we run into. But also, once we are sick, we have this mentality of like, because I do it, I get stressed, I get frustrated, I get annoyed, I'm like, oh, here we go again. But the reality is that's not taking care of ourselves and prioritizing it. When we're sick, we can't help it. Like, you can't help it when you get sick. Like, maybe there's things you can do. Maybe you shouldn't have gone out in the cold and bare feet, when you're a kid and like play in the snow or something, right? Your parents usually tell you not to do that. Sometimes we listen, sometimes we don't. Maybe it wasn't the best idea to stay up till 4 a.m, playing video games or watching movies or working on that big project that's due. The reality is that our health is the most important thing, because if our health isn't good, we can't do anything. We can't live, we can't help others, we can't even help ourselves. That's, there's that balance. And so I think in our society today and in our world, it's all about like, oh, you're sick. Well, you come in, whether you're like, the only reason you shouldn't come in is if you're on your deathbed, or like if you have to come in on a stretcher. And we catch ourselves saying that, don't we? Sometimes like, I'll be there if I have to be there on a stretcher and you have to drag me in. But that's not healthy. That's stressing our bodies just as much as, not making good choices and facing the difficulty. Like, you can say, oh, I'm taking a day off from work for my health, but let's say you spend that entire day stressing about what you had to do at work or what you could have been getting done or what you'll need to do when you get back. Well, that's not restful. It's not peaceful. Same thing when you're sick. Like, oh, I'm going to stay home and rest, but then you spend hours thinking about like all the things you have to do to make up because you're sick, and you just stress yourself out more, which inhibits actually you getting better. And so I don't know, I guess I know this has been a little rambling, but my thoughts on it today are, if you are sick and you're, literally like right now, like me, I'm in bed, aside from the times when I have to get up and be sick. Sorry, that was probably TMI. But if you're in bed like me, or even if you're just have a cold or something, take time, true time, to still try to eat your best. Like, yeah, my stomach's not the most happy with food right now, so I've been trying to just eat plain, simple, here and there, but maintaining consistency and water, big water intake, and staying hydrated, and but just resting, and not trying to stress about all the things that I have to do or haven't done. I think it's incredibly important, because our bodies, when we get sick, are trying to tell us something. Either one, it's a genuine message of, oh, hey, you're sick now, you got something, okay, we need to fight it off now. Or maybe it's that you're feeling bad because you're getting ready to be sick, like you're exposed to something and you're fighting it, and so your body's trying to tell you, like, you need to stop before we get genuinely sick. So whether you're like right before you get sick, or you're actually sick, or you're post-sick, I mean, you wonder why we ever reinfect ourselves again. Like, yeah, there's things we need to do, like changing out the sheets on the bed if you coughed on it, or disinfecting surfaces, and washing your hands and handles that you've touched, and all kinds of different things. Like, yeah, those are good, but if you're not also basically taking the time for yourself too to heal, then it doesn't matter any of those things, because you could end up reinfecting yourself just because you don't let your immune system recover, you don't let yourself recover. So anyways, I don't know, that was, I know, a long rambling there, but I just want to encourage you, like, it's okay when you're sick, when you can't help it, to take time for yourself. And, I know some of you are going to say, yeah, well, I have a job that doesn't care. Well, maybe you don't have a choice, and I'm sorry if you don't, but I think that if you do have a choice, maybe if someone's so inconsiderate that you're so sick that they're gonna make you try to come in anyways, maybe that's not the best environment. I mean, is it really worth sacrificing our life and health? Like, what does it matter if we have money and supplies and that kind of thing if we can't even use them? Like, if we can't even support ourselves and eat right, and like, you can have the healthiest food in the world and still be a sick person. You can have all the things in the world and still be miserable and unhappy. And I would encourage you, to the best of your ability, take care of yourself. Don't push it, and maybe be willing to take a different job or a different thing, to take care of yourself. And I don't know, I know there's all kinds of different circumstances probably in your life that I don't know about, and I don't want to, just assume, but I would just say, take care of yourself. And yeah, I'm falling asleep again probably here in a minute, so I got off on a little bit of a rant there, but I really want to go ahead and rest and go ahead and try to sleep for a little bit. But I wanted to check in, and for myself and you all, and as I've been thinking about things and talking with people, in the past, and how they do and when they're sick and all that. But, well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully actually in person on the camera. But you all have a good day. Bye.